Hi everyone, this is your Tampa Bay Realtor Lance Moore, and in this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips to win in a bidding war on a home. So whether you want to call it a bidding war, multiple offer situation, it doesn't make any difference, it's all the same. So tip number 1 is to write a clean contract. If you don't need certain things in the contract, don't put them in. Let me give you an example. Let's say in the MLS it says they're offering the refrigerator, washer, and dryer. Of course it's okay to put refrigerator, washer, and dryer per the MLS, but if they're not offering it, I wouldn't put that in because they're telling you they don't want to give it to you. The second thing is if you don't need closing costs and you just want closing costs, I probably wouldn't put that in either. Now, you could have your agent explain everything to the other agent, but a lot of things just muddy up the contract. If you start putting too many layers, a lot of other things are, say, home warranties, or putting that you get to pick the title company, which isn't normal that a buyer does pick the title company. So just make sure your agent writes a clean contract and keeps everything simple for the other side. Tip number 2 is to have your realtor present the offer. Actually pick up the phone and call the agent and present the offer. A lot of times I get agents and what they'll do is they'll just send the offer via email. I don't get a phone call, I don't get a text. So if you see a home you really like, your realtor should always be calling the listing agent and saying, hey, I have a buyer that's interested in the property. Do you have any offers on the table? And if they don't, then great. But if they do, you need to know this because you want to put your best foot forward. And the reason is you might have someone that just sees the offer they want and just grabs it immediately. So your agent needs to pick up the phone and make communication with the other side and let them know that you're a ready, willing, and able buyer that likes their home. Tip number 3, and I know this sounds a little funny, but you need to do this because it actually works, and that's write a letter to the seller. Write a handwritten letter. You can type it. I would go handwritten if they could read your writing, telling the seller how nice their home is, how much you like their home, how much you can't wait to get in their home and move in and meet the neighbors. It makes people feel really good. People like to talk about their kids. People like to talk about their home. So make them feel good and write a letter. Again, I know this sounds silly, but I've had my buyers do this before and the sellers have loved it. I've been on the listing side and I've seen buyers who have done this on that side of it, and I give it to the sellers, and the sellers love it. So do it. It's certainly not going to hurt. Take about 5-10 minutes of your time, send the letter to your realtor, have your realtor present it with the offer. Tip number 4 is if you're getting a loan, have your lender call the listing agent, call the realtor on the other side. Whenever I'm in a multiple bid situation, I gotta tell you, I get really competitive. I absolutely hate for my buyers to lose the home. I don't want to look with a buyer for a week or a month or even a day and they find a home they like and they can't get it. So I pull out everything. And one thing I do is I have my lender, Jeff, pick up the phone and call the other agent because there's a lot of buyers out there and they're just getting pre-approvals over the internet. And at the end of the day, it's really important to be able to talk to a lender. On the listing side, I always call the loan officers for the buyer. I want to see where they are. So have your lender call the listing agent, tell them how qualified you are and how great you are and you're looking forward to buying the home. It's going to go a long way because it's very important that you're qualified for the loan. Because if for some reason the whole deal blows up, it's going to put egg on the listing agent's face. So have your lender call them up. It's great. I always do this on everyone. Tip number 5, add an escalation clause. Now, some states I hear don't allow escalation clauses. So ask your realtor if the state you're in allows an escalation clause. If they say, what's that? All right, I have to admit, you have a problem because they don't know. But this is like the holy grail if you're planning on winning a bidding war. Because let's just use the number, say, 350,000. So you're at 350,000 and you would go as high as, say, 375, but you don't want to go as high as 375 because what happens if you offer 375 and someone else only offer 360? Ooh, that's a big problem. So an escalation clause is a way you could have your cake and eat it too. What it is, it's a clause that's very carefully written into the contract that will escalate the price. So you'll start off at, say, 350. You'll have a maximum of 375, and it will escalate the price of the home with every offer. And then you just ask for proof in writing at the end. Now, there are some agents that will get very confused and won't know what this is. I have ran across it, but it's very rare because most agents, even if they don't know what it is, they don't want to admit to what it is. So when your real estate agent puts this escalation clause into the contract, they always want to explain it to the other agent so the other agent fully knows and understands how it works. Again, I hear there's states that don't allow this. Florida does. So make sure you talk to your agent because it's a great way. I mean, again, if you go in at 350 and your maximum is 375,000, and let's say the highest offer is 360, you might be paying 361 or 362, or just depends on how it's written up. So that's a heck of a lot better than paying 375. So let me know what tips you found the most useful. Did you find one of them? Did you find two of them? Let me know that. Leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share it on social media to your friends. I wish you the best of luck. If you're in the Tampa area, the Tampa Bay area, I would love to help you. Have a wonderful day.